Well, when it comes to theatre, it is the part of arts and culture that can entertain, but also educate, and it can also sometimes push the boundaries through experimentation. Now, at the Lucid Restaurant in Pretoria, theatre is evolving into something quite interesting. Let's find out how.
When one thinks of going to watch a play, you usually think of going to the theatre and experiencing it with an auditorium full of people. But this particular production puts a different spin on things. It's a one-on-one, site-specific series of short stories staged in various locations in this very restaurant.
This production, called DEURnis, is unique in its intimacy. Only one audience member watches one actor in a specific setting.
DEURnis is a play that defies a lot of theatrical conventions. What can people expect to experience when they come and watch it?
What makes it unique is very intimate because it's one actor and one audience member. And for the actor can't drop the ball. When you're in a conventional theatre space, there's that space that creates a safe space for the actor and for the audience. Here, that safe space is gone. So it's quite a challenging experience for both actor and audience member.
And are there different genres in this series of short stories?
Absolutely. We try and have a variety of genres, and we try and experiment as well. So we're looking at different genres, light, heavy material, so there's something for everyone. The venue is our biggest challenge as the producer, finding a venue where we can have all these stories to play off. And we usually have about 12 stories playing off, sometimes at the same time. So we struggle to find venues, and this venue is ideal because it's big and it allows us to find every nook and cranny to have a play being performed there.
DEURnis is about a character called Fanny de Klerk, and he's a bit of a tormented soul. He finds himself in a very trapped situation. The writer, Henk Heymans, that wrote the play, had this interesting angle that he took with the character where he confronts the audience member with a question of sanity. So the character himself seems to be very aloof with reality, and he is confronted with a decision that he had to make in his past, and maybe at the end present the audience member with 3 wishes to make up for his faults. Fanny de Klerk, at your service.
So Hoffy is the only show in DEURnis that's actually a cabaret, and it's the judgment between homosexuals and then society. So DEURnis is real, and it tackles real life issues, and that's why you should watch DEURnis.
Well, the reason we chose to go site-specific instead of a massive theatre is because you can climb into the audience's brain. You can mess around. The audience becomes a character and cannot avoid anything that's happening. We've had people walking out saying, I realize now what I've been doing wrong my whole life in relationships.
The previous shows that I've done for DEURnis were all drama, so we decided to move a little bit away and do something new. So this one is about judgment and how we sometimes think the fact that we are being judged gives us the right to judge back. And of course, it's using music. The decision we made from the start is that the audience member is extremely vulnerable if you're in that one-on-one situation, and no script or production is allowed to take advantage of that intimacy in a negative way. So we are very sensitive to things like touching, very sensitive in terms of aggression because of that vulnerability. And that's actually where the name is also coming from. It's sort of that kindness and that sensitivity in which we approach the audience member.
The show was inspired by similar theatrical experiments in Scotland, but these stories are rooted in South African context.
Winkelpop is about Duan, and he stole 2 mannequins, and then he really falls in love with Nina, and then there's a surprise element at the end where the audience also gets part of. So I think it's an amazing experience, and when the people walk out, I think we give them something to talk about. And I think that's why people should come and watch DEURnis.
Ja. Size my meisie.
playwrights and directors with various levels of experience worked on performances, making the show an exploration of theatre.
The difference between performing for an audience and one-on-one for one person is that for an audience you do not have control over the audience, what they feel. You can put all your, the process of the play, you can take all of your techniques and perform for them. And it's very intimate because they listen to you, they become one of the characters of the story.
I must admit, DEURnis is like nothing I've seen before. The writing is thought-provoking, the storytelling is brilliant, and of course the performances are out of this world. If you're into a different kind of theatre experience, I'd recommend you check this one out.